You are watching Sway, swing. In the morning. Only on Shade 45. The home of the MC. Wake up. Sway in the morning. You heard? Stay tuned.
Yeah. I said it before, damn it. Have to be, I'm going to say it again.
You got to, though.
I'm not scared to say what I feel no more.
You shouldn't.
Why should I? I don't care, man. There's been a travesty that's been taking place in the game, and one of them is I don't think they're recognizing one of the most consistent, one of the most solid, one of the most progressive MCs in the game. I said it before, as the seasons change and as the eras transcend, he only evolves, where many have to change with the season to become something they weren't in the first place.
You said that.
The seasons and the eras adjust to him. He don't adjust to them. That's why. That is a bar.
That was a bar.
That's coming from the heart. We had this conversation randomly last week.
We did, Sway.
I just randomly said, what the fuck? Why are we not talking about Jada?
You did. Out of nowhere, you just said it.
I love this man.
Why are we talking about Jada? Who's your top 5 dead or alive?
Phone lines lit up.
Why isn't he? Is he not in your conversation?
Talk about it.
The phone lines lit up and we had a great conversation, and then we started breaking down in anticipation of this new album that you have coming, Jada. Finally.
Yeah.
What's the date on it? What's the
November 20th. Up for pre-orders November 6th.
Yeah.
Top 5 dead or alive. Jadakiss is here.
Salute.
Jadakiss is here.
Thanks for having
You
me.
always salute a general.
I'm in the presence of some beautiful minds right now.
Thank you, family. Thank you, man. And we just want to have conversation with you, man, because I remember when we started the hottest MCs list. That was just for the conversation.
Right.
Got a lot of people riled up. But I never even thought to ask you, Jada, as an MC who's been around and who's considered one of the best. When you consider who's your top 5, what is your criteria? What do you base it on?
For one, my top 5 always changes.
Yeah.
It stays the same, but it's really too many to put 5 MCs to have just 5. If you're a hip hop historian like myself and like you guys,
Yeah.
so that's just really, it's really a good conversational piece when you start talking about top 5. It's like a religious conversation. It's like a religious argument. Y'all can keep going on because it's really more than 5 great MCs. You know what I mean? If you really study hip hop.
Real talk.
But it always changes for me. It's always Big and Pac and Nas and Hov, but it's more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It extends. It's more than that, but it's just a good conversational piece. Like, it depends who I'm playing. One, I might be West Coasting for the last 2 weeks, and then you know what I mean? It's changing. I'm DOC, and I'm snooping, and I'm, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know,
King T, and I'm doing, you know what I mean? Richie Rich, and I'm doing stuff like that. So you gotta, it changes, but it's always a good conversational piece. And the main thing of it all is to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Because there's a trillion MCs that never even reach the conversation. So if you can be in the conversation of somebody's top 5, then you're doing the right thing.
That's
you're
right.
doing the right thing.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so what I go by is style. I go by lyrical content.
Oh, hold on, not to cut you off.
Okay, go
See,
for it.
America,
Okay.
and then America goes off,
Okay.
or the young kids or whatever have you. They go off what albums recently dropped
Yeah.
in album sales. And then there's a whole nother society that don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
They, so go back to what
Okay,
you
so
said.
I'm a part of the society that doesn't. I'll factor that in the tell-in.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but my first thing is style. If you innovated your own, well, I correct. There's nobody who could sound like Kiss, and Kiss sounds like nobody else.
Right.
That's true.
That's important to me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very
right?
important.
Right,
Very
Tracy,
important.
you gonna jump on that?
Absolutely, man.
Okay, I like that. Lyrical content. How original is a person with the similes, metaphors, and even painting a picture in terms of comprehension?
Right.
There's nobody who does it like Kiss, and Kiss doesn't do it like other folks, where some people borrow people's style and ride with that.
Indeed.
All right.
See that it should be some of those should get points taken off.
Right.
You should lose stripes
Yes.
when it's some of
Conveyor
that.
belt
You know what I mean?
rappers.
But we
Yes.
don't. That ain't really included when we do these lists. But maybe the new list we have some where you lose some stripes for doing some of
Some
that under the
adjustments.
yeah.
Okay, I
adjustments.
get
Go
that.
back, go back.
And then even with lyrical content, it matters to me if you wrote the lyric or not.
This new is an era here that just cares about the finished product, and they don't even care somebody left a pad on the thing for you to just go in there and say it, or somebody left a reference track. It's an era that's out the window.
That's
for
out the
too.
window,
Like
yeah.
I think that needs to be reinstilled because that's very important. It's hard to call yourself an artist if somebody you just had to sign the canvas and the picture's already painted for you. How much of an artist are you
about
at the
that?
end of the day? But who am I to say, who am I? That's
Yeah.
just
That's
how I grew up.
Yeah.
That's just what I come from.
Well,
you know what I mean?
that's part of our culture, though. I think that it's important that for hip hop, we hold on to the grass foundation of our culture. If you look at other
Grassroots.
genres of music, when you talk about the best trumpet player, you don't start with Christian Scott. You start with Miles Davis. When you talk about the best guitar player, you don't start with John Mayer. You start with Jimi Hendrix.
No doubt.
So now, when we talk about the top 5 MCs, we can't just say. And granted, some of these new guys are great. Like I
Nice.
love what Kendrick is doing, but some people hate my top 5.
Yeah.
When I start with Cool G rap,
No doubt.
then I go back into say, Slick Rick.
No doubt.
And then I say Rakim and Melly Mel. They go, oh, I don't like your top 5.
What it is, they don't understand it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's crazy.
That's part of the conversation we had with Vince Staples last week, and we had Nori on, and we talked about Vince said, listen, I get it. The 90s seemed like it was a dope era, but I don't get it because I wasn't really born yet.
Yeah.
And people took offense to that. It's almost to what you're saying, Jada. It's different times, so everybody got to learn how to adjust to communicate. Us older dudes, Rich, got to understand that Vince wasn't born in the 90s.
True.
The younger dudes got to understand that all this shit happened before you.
Definitely.
So where do we find a common ground so we could communicate? Because I would like the OGs to be recognized as well as the young ones.
The social media, though, is the outlet for everybody.
Yeah.
For the older dudes to see what's going on now, and for the young dudes, they can go back and listen to all that fire that they missed before they was born, or what they think you can get in depth and hear all the Rakim discology. You can go listen to Melly Mel. You can hear Kane. You can hear Cool G and absorb it and know what it was. And then maybe you won't be so biased as to when you hear them names in other people's lists. You know what I mean? All you got to do is just educate yourself, baby.
And
Self-education.
Self-education.
And you're going to love it, though. That's the thing. That you're going to love it when you start hearing how before, how G-Rap was before his time.
Yeah. You heard that Jadakiss, and this was before Jada's time. So when you mentioning Melly Mel and all these people, you weren't, you were.
I'm a student of the game,
so
Sway.
you
I
get it.
listened hard. I was in front of the TV. I was stealing my uncle's tapes. I'm a real hip hop head. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It ain't just, this wasn't just a job or somebody recognized I could rap and bought me the Diddy, or, you know what I mean? We gave the demo to Mary. We was making songs for years before we even thought they was good enough to give the tape to Mary for her to pass it to Diddy. So, you know what I mean? I really do this.
Jadakiss is here. Jadakiss is here. November 20th, top 5, dead or alive.
Yes, a breath of fresh air for everybody.
This ain't
You know what I
nothing
mean?
new. Ain't nothing new. That's why he called the song that. It ain't nothing new.
That's it.
Sway in the morning, Shade 45. You want to talk to Jada, call us. Sway in the morning. Neo, Nipsey, Hussle, Jada. Ain't nothing new. Top 5, dead or alive, November 20th.
Yeah.
Jada, how do how do you approach your music now differently than you did, when you first started? Because this sound right now is fresh, it's now. Are those factors you consider now when you go in the studio when you pick, producers, and when you pick like Nipsey and Neo? I mean, who would imagine that combination?
I I try to do collabos that you wouldn't expect instead of just your generic, you know what I mean, something that you're gonna expect anyway. And as far as production, I gotta feel the beat or I gotta love it. And sometimes I don't gotta love it because it's a business and you gotta understand, you know what I mean? I understand the demographics in music and what's going on now. I can't be selfish or biased or my sound to just sound like when I first came out. You know what I mean? And that ain't how you build a career, or that ain't how you know what I mean, go along on your journey. So when I'm making music, I want it to be like a Sunday soul food dinner. Greens, yams.
Yeah,
You know what I
mac and
mean?
cheese.
I want it to be all of that with dessert and a nice cup of half and half iced tea lemonade. Washington. So I try to get all of that. You know what I mean? I try to use all of that. And just make a marriage of what I love with what's going on now and season it well where everybody can enjoy the
Let's
entree.
talk about this bus for a second.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I'm sitting right next to this. This is a
Hall of Fame, baby. I'm going to Canton, Ohio on a promo tour. I'm going to stop in there with my blazer on. You know what I mean? The yellow blazer.
You got a statue of Jada, his upper torso on a block that says top
Marble.
5 that are alive. It's
Marble.
It's a real marble block, right?
Yeah.
So did they make like they put a mold on you, or how?
Yeah, they had to come. Shout out to my man Matt and my man what's the other photographer pick? Tom. Yeah, Matt and Tom. They did a great job. They came and they took the photos and then they turned it into that. He does the bronze Jordans. Have you ever seen online? He got the number 11 Jordan in bronze. That's one of his classic pieces. And
this is crazy. If you don't understand the history of hip hop and how you put a wave cap on to get your wave spinning, the bus even has the wave.
Bus is spinning, baby.
60s.
Got nauseous looking at it, Heather.
I know. You know what I wanted to ask Jada? He talk about sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it. It's funny because I'm listening to you talk, and I remember Fame from MOP sitting here one day and telling us how G-Rap sort of inspired him because G-Rap had the list, Fame had a list. It made him. He said, "Yo, fuck it, I could do it."
It was something he thought was a deficiency that turned out to be a unique. It made the world love him for that.
And see, when I hear So Raspy, every time I hear it, instantly Jada, no matter what, I don't care who's talking. Was it ever a time you hated your voice, like before you started spitting?
Actually, nah. You know why? Because ever since I was rhyming, before they even liked my bars, when me and Sheik first had tapes from our local DJ, I would get, yo, your voice sounds ill. You know what I mean? And I used to hate that because I'm like, what about what I'm saying? You're like, nah, you sound unique. So once I was able to figure out they already like my voice, now if I can make them like the words, I got something here. And that's how you take it and run with it. You know what I mean? You gotta use your flaws or whatever it is and throw it back at them. You know what I mean? A la Eminem and 8 Mile. He used it. They couldn't. He used everything.
Yeah.
He used it on himself. And hit him with it. They left the dude with nothing to say about him. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm wondering, Jada? For top 5 dead or alive, should there be a separate list for rappers who happen to be female, or should we just lump it all into one?
No. See, you don't want to do that. You don't want to start category. Hip hop is hip hop.
Right.
Okay.
The females have their own. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I take that back. You do want to get the females mentioned. We can start a top 5 female list if you want to do that, or you just intertwine them. You know
Who
what I
would
mean?
be the first female rapper to come to mind for you?
See, I gotta go back. I would put Heather in there, Nikki D. I'm from them. Latifah. I mean, I can go back. Bahamadia. I'm hip hop. I was in front of the video music box, baby, doing my. I'm very. You know what I mean?
You're thorough with it.
Yeah, I just love music, I always studied it. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan when I see Rich Nice, when I see Heather B, when I see Sway. I'm not just like your artist that the label came here and made me do this interview. I got moments in my time from my own crib sitting there at the school of watching these, you know what I mean, of seeing them.
Yeah.
I got my own personal inner things with these people here. So it's like it's a beautiful thing.
It's crazy that Tracy would say that. Like, I was on tour with the Locks. Like, we was in North Carolina together. We in 98, 99, we worked. We was together on tour. So it's love, and you have those conversations when you out there and supporting each other. It to me, it just was a bond, and a bond of artists then, because we all remember going home and watching videos of people, and then you opening up for them, or you on the same tour of them, like opening up for Big or Ice Cube. Shit, after I do my little 10-minute set, when nobody is in the arena, you go back and you sit in the crowd because you want to see Ice Cube
you
walk out.
Enjoy the
You
show.
want to see
Yeah.
Biggie walk
Hell
out. You know,
yeah.
it's not, fuck that nigga, it's not that. These are your heroes. So I understand exactly where Jada coming from when he say that.
Word.
We got somebody on the line from Minneapolis. What's your name? AQ? What is it? How you say your name? Hello? Good morning.
Fresh.
Oh, yeah. What's up? How you say your name?
Fresh.
Fresh. What up? Say what's up to Jadakiss.
Hey, man, it's an honor, man.
Fresh,
Appreciate
what's
it.
No
up,
doubt.
bro?
Yo, day one, man, being a fan. Now, respecting as a G. Now, this is a hard thing to say to you, because, I want to put you where you're supposed to be. But I think the thing that has hurt you, in my eyes, from being there is who you work with and how they craft your music. I don't think that Jay-Z, Nas, any of them are better than you. But it's hard. Like, for the music part, a lot of the music I feel like it kind of doesn't fit you to craft like what it is that you really do and lay it out. You know what I mean? And and that's the hardest thing to say to a fucking God, because you got that
that's a
shit.
beautiful thing to say. But I just gotta let you know that is another part of this business besides the music that you will never ever be able to get to see or understand. You know what I mean? And that's what probably, if you would get that other part of it, that's like the answer to.
Is that the
what you
business
think
part
of-
you're talking about?
Definitely, and not just it's elements of the business. You know what I mean?
Because I'm gray, tan, and white all day, man, and we live and breathe what you say, and I've been breaking it down from day one. When the Locks first dropped, I loved the rhythm in it, all of it, like, and I think that's the only difference that has stopped you in our eyes, man, because, like, you know what I mean, no one puts it together like you do. The delivery, what exactly the content and what you're saying, the streets do breathe, but that's what I think kept Scarface rolling. Even on this new one, is that, there's fucking melody in that shit. Whereas the other stuff here, it doesn't, it makes it kind of like, if I'm spinning, I can't spin 5 of your records because they don't get it.
No doubt.
Well, I think that too in itself is what I said about Jada. The eras don't change him. They adjust to him, because you never went too far off your square. Well, you just sound like a whole nother artist,
Right?
That we being forced to accept, love him because of his legacy, but not necessarily what he does. I haven't disliked anything you've done as an MC since day one,
Right?
And that for me is more important than anything else.
It's the body of music.
The body of music,
The full body of music.
That's a great question, though, man.
That was a great one.
Yeah, that was a great question. In terms of producers on this album, have you branched out and worked with, let's say, guys with more of a newer sound at all?
Definitely, I got a lot of new. Most of the album is all from new, fresh heat rockers. I got Just Blaze on there, Swizz, couple of names like that. But I got new. I came from the era where, in order to get a good spotting in Best Buy or you had to have the super producers on the sticker first.
Yeah.
Real talk.
There's no more of that. Real talk. Good music is just good music now, and that's one of the things that I love about this era. They accept good music as well as some of the bullshit they accept, but they accept good music.
They accept good music. Jadakiss is here, 888-742-3345. Call us. What is that? Is that your where you keep them? That's where you keep the lyrics? The chamber?
For the album, because they got to type it, so instead of me having to say it all over again, I could just shoot it to him, and they can print it. Because I don't go to Def Jam for like a year and a half, and then once you start getting in album mode, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I usually not doing on my regular off time. So you got to get back into corporate, faxing them the lyrics and
the clearances and all that.
That's the part of the game that I really don't like.
The splits, the publishing
all
splits.
of that, I hate it.
The credits, the whole nine. While you looking that up,
all
Jada,
your phony hours.
how'd you like that beat one that just dropped though? Was that a good one for you?
That was a low one.
Here's something that might stir the pot. So how many people have you ghostwritten for? Because I know your pen is wicked.
I did a lot of writing early. I didn't really understand it in the beginning. Because Diddy was trying to like squeeze the life out of him. I felt like I don't want to keep giving him my bars because he's taking from my tank. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need all of these bars. I'm not gonna keep doing this. But then down the line, I figured it out that it's a beautiful thing to do to have under your resume. I wrote for New Edition, for Diddy, Queen Latifah, all kind of people.
There's a few you can't say. I saw the pause.
Yeah.
You kind of all kind of people.
You saw the pause? Wait, there was a few. It was like I'm not.
I used to didn't like it, but the beautiful thing about ghostwriting for me, like my challenge, besides the money and the publishing, is to try to make it where you don't even think I wrote it.
Right.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
dope. That's a real writer.
But it's crazy because the people you write it for, they want to sound like you.
Like you.
Wow.
You over here trying to make it sound as far as away from me as possible, but I need you to love it. So that's like a new challenge. You know what I mean? I don't really mind doing it now because I understand. But when I was a young whippersnapper and Diddy had called me to the studio, I'm like, nah, man, I don't want to do. I don't. He like, why? Because I don't want to do it.
But you get your publishing though, right?
Yeah, it's a nice. If you set up right, it's very lucrative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Source Money. He's a great ghostwriter.
Yeah, Source Money did a lot.
He's able to sit back and kick his feet.
Who did he
up
write
off
for?
of-
You know?
Missing You. He wrote a couple big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Source Money, good.
Top 5 dead or alive.
Bob Saget standing outside.
Bring him in.
Bring Bob in. Bring Bob. He need to witness this.
Bob need to see
He
this.
need to witness this.
Hey, Bob, come here, man.
Bobby!
Come here, Bob. What's up, man? How you doing, Naughty?
It's Bobby,
Hey, man.
bitch.
Oh, shit.
Yo, Bob.
Roll that shit. Shoot me from every angle.
Jadakiss right here, man.
How you doing?
Jadakiss, man. He gonna demonstrate to you
Yes.
what one of the top MCs on the planet should sound like.
All right.
Not none of that popcorn, pink candy
I don't do pink
rap that you.
When I stopped being in the Christians because of that.
What happened?
The Krishnas, the Harry Krishnas,
Yeah,
give
yeah,
you
yeah.
pink popcorn.
Yeah, they would give you the pink
That's
popcorn.
all I got. You walked me in and I just came out of nothing with that.
Yeah, okay, that was good though, man. You almost spit bars, Bob Saget. You was about to spit some bars.
I get a seat and a mic eventually, right?
Yeah, eventually, man. But you,
eventually.
You've been here so many times, man. You gotta earn your keep, Bob Saget. You gotta.
You want. It's your room. I do what you say.
Well, I want you to meet Jadakiss. It's one of the best rappers you'll ever meet.
I'm excited.
He's gonna give you a verse in a second. Wait, we're gonna come back. Yo, Bob. Matter of fact, see where Rich is. Rich, you mind giving Bob Saget this seat?
Take his seat. I'll wait.
Yeah, no, you wait.
You can find this. Thing.
Okay, cool. We'll
I
come
just saw
back.
an
We'll come back.
amazing Show. Did you see Hamilton?
All right. Huh?
Talk about great rap. Did you see Hamilton?
I gotta see that.
Show Hamilton. You gotta see that.
Yeah.
They rapped the whole fucking thing.
I gotta see that.
We can curse on here.
I need
right?
to be on Hamilton Part 2.
Really?
The
You
sequel.
should do Broadway.
Right?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Why not?
I think I can do both.
And not the
Step out
street.
the box.
She's talking theater work.
Turn that
Yeah.
beat off. You driving me crazy. You putting me in another. You getting my hands sweat.
We got one from Jada. Jada, you want to rock again?
No.
You good? Okay, we got it from Jada. Hey, I'm going to see Hamilton
You're
tomorrow.
making me nervous.
Yeah, I got 2 tickets tomorrow, Bob.
Well, I
Saget.
love it.
Wait, the
Then you
tickets
gotta
are for
come see
tomorrow?
my
My
show.
tickets-
Sure.
You bringing me? Look,
It is
You
hard
told-
to get
Hamilton
Hamilton tickets.
Bob,
Street
you
I
value.
need some. Somebody help me out.
Bob, Sway ain't telling you the whole story. It's a story
We'll talk
behind what
about
I'm
it later.
asking for. We'll
Hold
let
up,
you
man.
know
This
the
is
whole
Jada's
thing.
interview.
All right.
No, this is our interview.
Okay,
Just long as
so-
they know 11:20, baby. Top 5 DOA.
Top 5 dead or alive. Hey, Jada, thank you, man.
Thanks for having
No
me.
doubt.
Y'all
Thank
always
you,
have
man.
fun. when I'm with you guys. It's not very interviews you get to do where people understand you and you really can share hip hop moments and they be authentic and genuine. So y'all keep up the damn good work and let's try to get some more people like these people on air, off air, online, you know what I mean? So the shit can be organic.
Okay.
One love, I love you.
Jadakiss, love you too, man. That's Jadakiss, man. Bob Saget is up next. Bob, you got 16 bars for me?
I got 16. I've been to 16 bars this morning.
We'll talk with Bob Saget. 888-742-3345. Bob Saget up next. Give us a call.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.